So, here is my next Let's Perfect. Dynasty Warriors 4. Oh man, it's been way overdue. But I'm here, I'm doing it, and here's gonna be another long Let's Perfect. It's not gonna be as long as 3, thank God, hopefully, but I'm gonna assume it's not, just for the fact that, well, I will actually show you in a bit. But, yeah, so Dynasty Warriors 4. When it comes to the old school Dynasty Warriors 2, 3, 4, and 5, this one has to be my favorite one. No question. Um, I'll go into detail about it when those things pop up, why I like it, I'll show it to you and I'll point it out to you. But, anyway, I think another part of it was because, a lot of history with me in this game. I mean, I play a lot of 3, but there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened to me in 4. Not just in the game, but in life in general. I lost this game several times. I left it at my friend's house more than one time. I didn't play much of it. It was enjoyable too. But, yeah. Anyway, let's just get started. So, when it comes to the Musu modes, unlike Dynasty Warriors 3, Dynasty Warriors 4's Musu modes are kingdom-based, so I don't have to worry about completing the Musu mode 39 times. However, despite the fact that once you clear a story mode, it's cleared, I will probably showing off, I know for a fact, these 3, Wei, Wu, and Shu, their stories, probably 3 or 4 times, because there are other stages that you have to unlock, which I'll point out to you later on, and more importantly, there's one particular character you have to unlock by unlocking that said stage. So, with all that said, we have Wei, Wu, and Shu, and I'm going to start with Shu, just like in Dynasty Warriors 3. However, the characters are, well, one difference, I should say. In Dynasty Warriors 3, we have Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Xiao Yun. Now we have Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Liu Bei. I'm gonna start with Guan Yu. And, yeah, so, that's, here we go.
Brother, we should go.
Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, let us fight to restore order.
We 3, though born on different days, swear an oath of brotherhood.
And vow to die on the same year, same month, and the very same day!
Let us go. My brother's destiny awaits.
Alright, so in each of the story modes, it's split up into several acts. Shu, Wei, and Wu's story modes are all split up into 6 to 7 acts. The other forces, 3 to 4. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually done the Yellow Turbans, Naman, and all that, so... Yeah, So, here's the story, well, here's the first act, The Oath in the Garden, which is pretty much the Yellow Turban side, well, the Yellow Turban story, so to speak. So, here's the intro. The Han Dynasty, long the center of power, suffers from internal strife and corruption. In response to this oppression, numerous uprisings begin to surface across the land. Led by their leader, Zhang Jiao, the followers of the religious sect known as the Way of Peace rise up in protest to the corruption besieging the land. This revolt came to be known as the Yellow Turban Rebellion due to the yellow scarves worn around the heads of Zhang's followers. In response to this dire situation, the imperial court sends out a call to arms across the land, raising an army under the command of General He Jin to combat the Yellow Turban threat. Amongst these brave warriors, the figure of the virtuous Liu Bei could be seen. Alright, so, like I said, the first act is pretty much the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And, spoiler alert, the first 2 acts of Wei Wunshu will be the same thing. The Yellow Turban Rebellion and the Battle of Hulao Gate. So in each act, there'll be 2 to 3 stages. Why am I thinking 4 for some reason? But there's 2 to 3 stages. I know Hulao Gate has 2, spoiler alert. But I know, too late on that. But anyway, so we have the Yellow Turban Menace, the Yellow Turban Fortress, and the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And we're gonna go through all of them, obviously. But if you want to just go straight into the next act, go to the last stage and play that stage. However, if you skip battles, it may affect the last battle in a way. I'll throw out an example here. If you complete these 2, the commanders will not appear. Well, the commanders of the Yellow Turban Menace and the Yellow Turban Fortress, if you complete it and defeat the commander, they will not appear in the Yellow Turban Rebellion. I'll probably say this again at the end when I face the commander in each of these 2 parts. But for now, we're going to start. Yeah, so here's the Yellow Turban Menace. And the conditions or objectives. We have to defeat Zhang Liang, and if Huang Fusang dies, if I die, or if the timer runs out, which is 60 minutes, and that's obviously not going to happen, then I lose. But I'm not trying to lose here, obviously. So, the equipment. We have no items, obviously. And the bodyguards automatically set at 2 in the beginning. We'll get 8 eventually, and we could also have different sets of bodyguards as well, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going to use the Romance of the Three Kingdoms bodyguards. There's that, there's Kaoi, Mystery, and Kessen, which is another related Dynasty Warriors, not Dynasty Warriors, but Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so to speak, type of game. Yeah, so we use our OTK, and the weapon, which is something I want to point out. It's a little bit different here than in Dynasty Warriors 3, even Dynasty Warriors 5. I think this is the only time that this system was used, which was kind of cool. That's just me. But so basically, when you see here, it's a level 1 weapon, it's default weapon. It will stay at this said weapon, in this case the Crescent Blade, until it hits level 4. Levels 1 through 3 will be your default weapon if you're thinking back at Dynasty Warriors 3. The second weapon will be at level 4, which will have 5 attacks instead of 4, obviously, and will be from levels 4 to 6. And then when it hits level 7, it'll have the third weapon, so to speak, which will have 6 attacks. And then the maximum level is 9, unless you go for the level 10 and level 11 weapons, which are basically the 4th and 5th weapons in this game, which I'm going to be covering as well. Yeah, what did I get myself into? I know, but I'm going to do it, and it's going to be fun. So, I swear, the 4th weapons in 3, I didn't think wasn't that bad, but the 5th weapons, oh man. So I can only imagine what's gonna happen here. But anyway, enough of the ramble. I'm pretty sure you want to see me play this, so we'll do this Let's Perfect. So let's do it. Oh boy.
Insufferable rogues. All units, engage the enemies outside the castle walls. We will wipe out the enemy at the west gate. Do not fall behind, Sun Jiang.
Our forces will engage the enemy at the east gate. They shall not have the might of our army. We will attempt to open the south gate.
Alright, so we're gonna go and defeat Gao Sheng first. I didn't even show the unit info, but I'll do it anyway. We have Huang Fu Song, Cao Cao, Sun Jian, and Liu Bei. We have for the commander Zhang Liang, Zhang Moncheng, Guan Hai, Gao Sheng, Deng Mao, Wang Shao, and Liu Pi. There will be 2 more generals on the Yellow Turbans that will appear later on. But one more thing I want to point out before I actually continue. You could actually pinpoint each officer. Dynasty Warriors 3 I don't think did that. I think Dynasty Warriors 5 did. It's been a really long time since I played 5. But I know in 4, obviously, it now helped, especially getting certain items, because I know for a fact that you have to defeat Guan Yu. I think you have to defeat Guan Yu, or just trigger the cutscene. Either way. And yes, it's the red hair saddle I'm thinking of. And you can pretty much pinpoint where Guan Yu is, and he is a general, I mean not general, an officer under Liu Bei. So that'll help. But yeah, so I'm gonna get everything like I said. And I don't even think I mentioned the controls in Dynasty Warriors 3. I think I did, but it was way late in the game. So the square button is the regular attack, what I'm doing here. Charge attack is triangle. And
Well done. Now head straight for the enemy commander.
I'm assuming that you're playing this on the PlayStation 2. I mean, there is an Xbox version of this too. But anyway, the charge attack is triangle. If you have a Musu, well, if your Musu gauge is filled, you can press circle and hold on to it to use it. You could stop at any point to make it a shorter Musu attack. But your gauge will be a little bit faster to fill just because you didn't use it all. If your Musu gauge isn't filled, then you can hold on to circle to charge it. The item I have right now are the speed shoes, so to speak. I think they're the wind boots. I think that's the actual name for it, which doubles your speed for 30 seconds. That's something that's new in this game. And later on, it's not going to happen with the horse, but when you ride a horse and you have those boots, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are wing boots, but when you have those on and you're on a horse, that will also increase the speed with the horse as well. In this one, it's just you. So if you're trying to go fast and you have those shoes, then the horse will be useless. But if you need a horse, make sure you hang on to it, because especially me in the beginning, because I don't have any items. But anyway, so that's that. What else for controls? Okay, holding on the L1 button will make you shield, which helps in later games, well, later battles, and when the difficulty is set to chaos. I think it's chaos in this game, or I think they changed that into 5, or it's expert. Oh, the hardest difficulties will help a lot, as you saw in 3. If you press the R1 button, I think you saw me use arrows on occasion. Well, same concept. Hold on to the R button to aim, and then the way you attack.
Volunteer forces, we have been saved. Enemy officer defeated.
Yeah, the way you attack in with, a weapon, so to speak, with spear, sword, whatever. Same thing with an arrow. So regular shot is square. A charge shot is triangle, and then a Musu shot, which is basically rapid fire, is circle. But I really try to avoid the arrows unless I need to. And And the other thing I could think of, oh yeah, you could also do a jump charge attack, so to speak, by jumping in the air by pressing X and then press triangle, and there you go. I think that's an... I haven't tried, I'll let you know right now, the 4th weapons. I haven't gotten all of them, just like in 3. I think in 3, I said I got a few. The only few I knew that I couldn't get was Dongjuels until I actually showed it off. And a couple of others, and I just said screw it. But here, I think I only done 4 or 5 of them, so it should be interesting to say the least.
Attack him at once.
Heavens, save the children of the Yellow Turban. Strike down those that do us harm.
So they summon a rainstorm with their magic. What of it? I too shall join the battle.
And when Huang Fusang goes over there, he's gonna get ambushed by He Yi and then Yan Zhang after that.
Enemy soldiers have appeared from the mist.
But let me finish off the controls real quickly. Pressing the L2 button will show off your enemy troops' health, your ally commando officer's health, and pretty much any enemy you face, their health. And then the R2 will pretty much change the map layout to either you'll be able to see the whole map or to zoom in to see your actual location, which kind of helps you point out how many enemies are left or allies are left on that particular map. But yeah, I think that covers pretty much most of the controls. Yeah, and then there's one more thing which I'll hardly use. You can press the R3 button, which is the right analog stick, and do something like that. I mean, that would pretty much stun anyone that's in a shield. Well, I'm hoping that when I get to the 4th and 5th weapons. And, yeah. Also, Rat Packs are back, but they're not as bad as Dynasty Warriors 3. I'll tell you that right now. Dynasty Warriors 3 Rat Packs are the worst in the world. And yes, I'm going to get back used to saying Rat Packs, because that's exactly what they are. But here, they're not as bad. They're not as toxic. They're not as dangerous. So, thank God for that. Because they were so overpowered in Dynasty Warriors 3. It was not even funny. Despite the fact that when I played Dynasty Warriors 4, I actually got sniped trying to get health, because I was looking for it all over the place, and when I found it, it was a full thing of health. And all of a sudden, snipe, I'm out, I'm dead. And I was pretty much a one-shot anyway, so... Also, something that I could point out right now, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about getting off your horse to pick up an item. You can use your horse right over it, and it'll say that you got it, which is actually more convenient in Dynasty Warriors 3. But like I said, you know, it's the older games, and then, you know, the improvements were made later on. And even those small improvements make people like me buy these games. I don't know why, but it's still fun to play. Anyway, all we have left are Guan Hai and Liu Pi. We already defeated a bunch of the others. We defeated Huang Shao. We defeated Gao Sheng. We defeated Deng Mao. Now Guan Hai and Liu Pi. Oh shit. There we go.
Enemy officer defeated.
And now we'll go for Liu Pi. And I think I saw Yan Zhang appear. And believe it or not, I've actually tried this. I let Huang Fusang face He Yi, and then Gao Sheng, not Gao Sheng, Yan Zhang and he wound up dying after defeating Yanzhong. So you really want to defeat He Yi and Yanzhong as quick as possible.
Impressive.
Also, I'm going to mention it since I've already got the wing boots. The
Enemy officer defeated.
the battle axe and the battle armor are both here, which doubles your attack and defense for 30 seconds as well. And then the
Behind. The east gate has been cleared of enemies. Continue advancing towards the enemy's main camp.
and then the Imperial harness also is here, which makes your Musu gauge max to the brim for 10 seconds. So that helps too.
Enemy officer defeated.
Alright, now we're gonna go and defeat Zhang Monchong, and then defeat Zhang Liang. Oh, and I'll also show off the Dim Sum and Musu Wan locations in each map, because, well, I've done that in 3, so why not here? Oh, shit. And I was gonna say, fortunately enough, Zhang Monchong is not as overpowered as he was in Dynasty Warriors 3. Yeah, him killing Cao Cao in 6 seconds.
Officer defeated.
Bullshit. That's just me personally. But, anyway. So,
We must not fall behind. Spirits of the earth, rise and join our battle for freedom.
the Dim Sum and Musu Wine locations. The Musu Wine is over here, on the right side. Break this pot here, and you're set. And watch out for the geysers. And then the Dim Sum is on the opposite side. So you go all the way over here. And I'm going to defeat some of these guys just for fun.
Did you think you could break through our forces?
And here's the Dim Sum. Alright, so now we're going to defeat Zhang Liang. We're going to skip his officer Deng Xiang. Oh, Han Shan. For one humongous reason. I think I said to you, if you was, if you do certain things in certain ways in certain battles, it might affect the final battle or a later battle. Well, here, if you defeat Han Xian after defeating everybody else, Zhang Liang will try the retreat, and you might want to stop him, because if you don't, then he will appear in the last stage, the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Yellow Turban Rebellion. But if you defeat him, he will not be in the Yellow Turban Rebellion. He won't be there at all. So I'm gonna defeat him. I don't want him in the Yellow Turban Rebellion. If I'm not mistaken, when he does the magic... Oh shit, more archers. Like I said, they're not as bad as Dynasty Warriors 3. Dynasty Warriors 3 is the worst one. But anyway, if I'm not mistaken, him and Zhang Bao will both cause, they'll cause trouble, obviously, in the Yellow Turban Rebellion. But they either do a rock slide for one of them. I don't know which one does what. I think Zhang Liang does the rock slide. I'm sorry, Zhang Bao does the rock slide, and Zhang Liang will do the fire geysers.
Enemy officer defeated.
It wasn't meant to be.
and that's a win. Alright, so, yeah, like I said, now that we defeated Zhang Liang, he will not appear in the Yellow Term Rebellion. However, since we did that, I think it's Zhang Mancheng, and then in the other stage, it's, I think, Chen Yuanji. I'll correct myself once I get to the Yellow Term Rebellion. But, their morale will actually increase instead of Zhang Liang and Zhang Bao's as well. If I'm not mistaken, if they do that, magic will make their morale increase. But, like I said, Zhang Liang won't be there now since we defeated him, and Zhang Mancheng and I think Chen Yuanji will both have their morale increase, which really doesn't matter anyway. It's just something that I want to point out because, like I said, there's certain things you could do in other stages and it could affect a later stage or a previous stage. Or if you skip it, then, you know, there are many ways you could do this. It's not even funny. But, anyway. So, we got the wing boots, which increases our jump ability. And the items. In the last game, the max was like plus 60 for certain items, plus 40 for certain items, plus 20, and then plus 16 for certain items. Well, here, the highest level you could get for each item is 20. So, will I be able to max out all the items like I did in 3? Well, with the exception of the wind scroll. I need to see how, or if there is a way to farm for items. I mean, in Dynasty Warriors 3, it was easy. You had to go to the Battle of Ting. If they have something like that here in Dynasty Warriors 4, because I don't remember finding any type of item boxes anywhere. But if there is, then it'll make things 10 times easier, and I might be able to do it. So, anyway, that's the only item we got. We have a KO count 148, which gives us 109 points. We defeated everybody with the exception of Han Shan. We have, I'm gonna say we'll probably get 3,700 points. Oh, 3,809. That works too. So, anyway, another thing you can tell right away, each character has 6 different models, so to speak. I mean, it says models there, but 6 different costumes. So, we'll eventually unlock them all when we level up Guan Yu's rank. And another thing that seems kind of iffy to me is you see the little box with the times 1 above the point total. Well, as you level up a said character, it'll actually let you hold on to a certain amount of items in one time during a battle. Or you could equip that said character with a certain amount of items. You're limited here. So, with Guan Yu, the max you could hold is 4. Unless you're using a Game Shark or something. But the max for Guan Yu is 4. I think for others will also have 4. Pretty much any character that starts out with 1, they'll have 4 at max. It'll be, you just add 3 more to it. And there are characters that can hold on to 6 items. So, yeah. Anyway, enough of this. Let's continue here. And like I said before, you'll get weapon experience. If I think I said that, if I didn't, but when you defeat an officer or do a certain amount of combos on a set officer or general, you'll get experience points. And your experience points will level up. They'll level up your weapon. And like I said, the maximum is 9. You can't use weapon experience to level up it after 9. The only way to do that is unlocking the 4th and 5th weapons that you all know and love and hate. But here it's level 10 and level 11. And like I said, I'll be getting them both. And, well, both level 10 weapons and level 11 weapons for every character. Which also includes something else, the edit weapons too. I'll actually show you that later on. Not right now though. But yeah, so enough of that. We could save. And there you have it. You've been watching my gaming adventures featuring Dynasty Warriors 4. Wow. That's something that I gotta get used to saying. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part. Well, I'll see you in the next part where I'll play the take on the Yellow Terran Fortress. So, peace out.